this WrestleTalk news, the real reason Liv Morgan won the SmackDown Women's Championship at Money in the Bank, Tony Khan opened for an AEW x WWE Crossover Show, Luke's review of Raw, and more. Subscribe and enable notifications to always on for daily wrestling news videos.
Support WrestleTalk!
This past weekend, WWE did something crazy, bold, daring, and shocking. They had their new Women's Money in the Bank holder cash it in on the same night. I know, they've never done that before, especially not with women. Liv Morgan won the briefcase early in the night and then cashed it in on Ronda Rousey, following the latter's title match with Natalya to become the new SmackDown Women's Champion. Brand split be damned. While the move was a welcome one, received well by many, it was certainly a little out of nowhere. From out of nowhere, you might say. Though now we might know the reason why this came about. Someone who is claimed to be Ronda Rousey's photographer took to their Instagram story, posting from ringside at Money in the Bank, where they said, "Respect to Ronda Rousey, who never wanted or asked to be champion and demanded that the most passionate pro wrestler be awarded the most prestigious title in our industry. #respect at Liv Morgan." Of course, take this with a pinch of salt, as this is just a claim, though it is interesting that it does seemingly come from someone close to Rousey. What do you think? Did Rousey demand that Morgan win the belt, and if so, is that a good thing? Let us know in the comments. We've only just closed the forbidden door, but it seems there's an entirely different and probably more forbidden door that has yet to be propped open, that has mostly been a one-way door with the exception of one major talent who went the other way. This analogy is becoming way too stretched. I'm talking about AEW and WWE. It's always been fantasy booking from fans to have a big crossover show between the promotions and get huge dream matches like Roman Reigns versus Kenny Omega, the Lucha Bros versus the Usos, and never before seen on WWE programming talent like Miro, Bryan Danielson, Malachi Black, Andrade El Idolo, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly. No, none of those. Jon Moxley? Ah, well. Well, on an appearance on The Ringer's Masked Man show, Tony Khan said it might not be as crazy as you'd think. I'm not sure if that's going to happen, AEW and WWE doing a joint show, but I would be open to talking about that type of thing. It's not crazy, but it's a bold prediction. On the subject of that little Forbidden Door show that we just had recently, Miro competed in a fatal four-way for the new All-Atlantic Championship at that show. However, with the definitely not confusing rules of a Battle Royal into a #1 contenders match into another match to determine the AEW Interim World Championship also at that show, some fans did question why certain wrestlers weren't in the Battle Royal to begin with, such as Miro. Miro recently spoke with What Culture Wrestling on this, saying, "I know I'm world champion material. I know I'm in that class. Jon Moxley versus Hiroshi Tanahashi is beneath me, man. That's a secondary title. That's not what I care about. If I would have cared, I would have put myself in that Battle Royal, I would have won it all, and I would have gone for the Interim Championship." And now, hot tag to Luke.
Thank you for your support on Patreon, Spider-Man's greatest villain, Dr. Dark7, and the Kessel Run DX Solo. Get your own Patreon shoutouts over at patreon.com/WrestleTalk. And now it's time for my review of Monday Night Raw, aka it's the 4th of July and no one is watching, so let's not really do anything edition of Monday Night Raw in about 5 minutes. The show opened with new United States champion Bubbles Splashley introducing us to the episode and said that no one from any division or promotion can beat him for the belt. Bobby Lashley to Forbidden Door confirmed. Austin Theory came out and announced that they're having a rematch at SummerSlam. And also announced that he planned on cashing in his Money in the Bank contract after the Brock Lesnar-Roman Reigns Last Man Standing match. They'll be having a 6-man tag later on. The Mysterions cut a promo before having a match in front of Ray's hometown crowd, and bloody hell, would you look at the state of Dominic's hair? Look, I know I don't have much of a leg to stand on here, but cut those damn sideburns, hippie! They then took on the Judgment Day in Judgment Day's first match on Raw since kicking Edge out of the group 29 days ago. Good decision, guys! And they lost, because they're a big group of losers. This faction was suffering when Edge was in charge because the creative were at loggerheads with the talent. Edge wanted them to be taken seriously, but WWE wanted them to be an ooky spooky supernatural group. And now with Edge out of the picture, the Judgment Day have a much tougher hill to climb. WWE not caring about them. They are Retribution 2.0. Still, the crowd liked Ray winning, so yay! The Miz cut a promo on Logan Paul, who was treated like a much bigger star than anyone else on the Raw roster, and then AJ Styles made his entrance for a match against The Miz. Now, I am not kidding with what happened next. AJ Styles made his entrance for his match against The Miz. then we got an ad break, then we got a Did You Know About Logan Paul, then we got a backstage segment with Street Profits hosting a party for July 4th, setting up a hot dog eating contest for later on between Angelo Dawkins and Otis. We then got a backstage segment of the Judgment Day attacking the Mysterios, that'll get their heat back right. Then we got the commentators talking about NXT 2.0's Great American Bash tonight, and then we got the Miz's entrance for his match against AJ Styles, who'd been standing in the ring for the last 10 minutes, and then it immediately went to an ad break. This has to be a rib at this point. AJ Styles won the match and was then attacked by Ciampa, who aligned himself with The Miz. Well, Logan Paul needs someone else to beat before SummerSlam. Corey Graves, and I'm not kidding here, said that every leading man needs a supporting cast. Tommaso Ciampa is a supporting cast to The Miz. This company. But I can't be too mad at WWE because Liv Morgan is the SmackDown Women's Champion and she's bloody wonderful.
Visit WrestleShop.com every day for the most stupendous in wrestling merchandise. WrestleShop.com, wrestling merch for grown-ups.
Liv cut a very affable promo talking about her journey to becoming women's champion, and it was genuinely lovely. She's such a likable personality, and this crowd were so hard behind her that it was wonderful to see. This is WWE listening to its audience and giving them things they actually want. It shouldn't feel like the rarity that it is, but let's savor these moments. I loved all of this. But then Natalya came out to spoil the fun. Meep moop, I'm Natalya, sharpshooter, most devastating, Natalya hot dungeon, meep moop. Carmella also came out to set up a rematch with Bianca Belair. And Belair ran down to make the save, so I smell a tag team match player, and the good guys won when Liv pinned Natty. The smartest decision here is it gives Liv a big win over the previous #1 contender to set up her much bigger match against Ronda Rousey at SummerSlam. This was thumbs up all round. Seth Rollins beat Ezekiel in a match that was set up over tomato ketchup. You think this is about ketchup? It was a good match, and Riddle attacked Rollins afterwards to continue their feud. I was quite excited for the hot dog eating contest between Angelo Dawkins and Otis, thinking back to the beer drinking contest between Austin and JBL at Saturday night's main event, or the pizza eating contest between Matt Hardy and MVP at No Mercy 07. And look, it was never going to be as good as Austin and JBL, but it could easily be better than Hardy and MVP. But sadly, it was neither, as we didn't get to see the contest and just saw who won, which was Akira Tozawa. Comedy, I guess. And it was all to set up Otis blowing chunks at the end of the 6-man tag of Lashley and the Street Profits against Alpha Academy and Austin Theory. Vince McMahon comedy, I guess. Also, look at the Street Profits there, showing so many signs of dissension by working together and being fine. It almost feels like WWE are telling the story of them breaking up, but the Street Profits are just like, nah, I'm not doing that. R-Truth came out dressed as Uncle Sam and then got killed by Gunther. Brand split, LOL. To be fair, I popped when Walter came out. Gunther versus Reigns at Mania, please. And the main event saw Becky Lynch beat Asuka in a fun no-holds-barred match, which was only slightly ruined for me by Corey Graves on commentary. You see, at one point, Asuka put a trash can on Becky Lynch, then drop-kicked her. Great spot. Then Corey Graves called Asuka the Grouch, a reference to Oscar the Grouch from Sesame Street. The only problem there is that Oscar the Grouch lived in the trash can, you muppet! Becky is Oscar in this scenario! Anyway, this was great, and Lynch winning hopefully ends this feud. WWE looked at their calendar, saw it was July 4th, and decided to just not try very hard because no one will be watching this show due to the holiday. And that is totally fair. It wasn't a bad show, it was just a show. A long show, don't get me wrong, but still just a show. So I guess the episode is 3 out of 5. In this WrestleTalk news, is there real heat between AEW and New Japan? Did AEW plan for Kenny Omega's return at Forbidden Door? Could we be getting more AEW pay-per-views a year and more?